Camron, leaving Sirius XM, just got done with the Max B interview. Max B had the NY streets flooded. Jimmy acting like he can't see the water rising.
Me and these niggas go back like 40 years.
When you hear that you definitely didn't come home, what's the energy? Because I'm going to keep it 100. Yo, Kill, I got to talk to the governor in Jersey.
Yeah,
Yo,
mayor.
once I speak to the mayor in East Brunswick, I'm coming up.
It was, like I said, you just got to switch the mindset.
Max B coming home. Where we at with that? Are you able to get past that?
No.
The entire city was affected when Max B emerged from those prison gates. Jim Jones, however, was unable to conceal his saltiness. He went online and tried to call Max B a failure and call the celebration stupid, which is crazy because Jim didn't cheer. When Mel returned home, people have already started chatting about the noisy energy switch. This is where things become even more bizarre, though. After sitting down with Camron and Mays, Max B declared outright that Jim still fears him after all these years. Eventually, I want you to pass it. Do you want me to go crazy? Since I don't want to crash out, I most definitely don't want you to. We now need to analyze what actually transpired. Jimmy's entire foundation is being rocked by Max B touching freedom once more, which is why he's reacting this way.
Her name was Cindy and Mindy. I wasn't sure because I was too tipsy off the rim, playing big in the band. Me cream, my dick was the fuck, I was the ATM machine. Had the sparkle low in my ear. Nibble on the little nipples and blowing on the toes.
One of such is Max B, Max Big Ailey Painters. Where the more closely you examine, the more you see that he contributed to the creation of a whole New York rap era without ever receiving the luster he was due. His administration, Charlie Wingate, was born and reared in Harlem. Early to mid-2000s as a component of Jim Jones's Jim Jones Bird Gang crew. However, this is the kicker. Max wasn't your typical rapper. Inside the team, not even near. He had this free-flowing lyrical rap style that back then no one was acting in that manner. Having a fluid, forward-thinking vibe, it's time. The half-sung, half-floating artists like Ahap have a New York sound. Later on, Rocky became popular. Max was laying that blueprint long before it became in style. Even those who had to acknowledge that they didn't rock with him introduced something fresh to the city.
I ain't gonna lie, Max B really inspired my whole rapping career too. I feel like, not rapping career, but you see the way I'm making melodies.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that because before I started rapping, I was singing Max B all the time.
Max was uncontrollably dropping tapes. The public domain series, $1 Million Baby and Coke Wave with French Montana, and each one became a cult favorite. He was the rapper that other rappers covertly studied, even in the absence of a popular push. However, everything changed in 2006, just when he was gaining significant traction. Max's entire course was altered when he was drawn into a heist scenario. And this is how the evening unfolded. On September 22, 2006, Gina Conway, Max B's former girlfriend, informed him about Alan J. Plowin, a man she had recently met, and how he was showing off a lot of money. Max made the decision that this would be his next action rather than ignoring it and maintaining his focus. He instructed Gina to accompany his stepbrother, Kelvin Lowe, in carrying out the robbery. Ready to get to the suitcase? They arrived at Plote's room at a Fort Lee Holiday Inn. When Gina knocked, Giselle Neve, another woman, answered. Giselle claimed that Plowin was asleep, but at that moment, Gina applied duct tape to Giselle as Kelvin brought out the revolver and held her at gunpoint. The entire area quickly descended into chaos. They began tearing the place apart and throwing everything in an attempt to find the bag. But they were unable to locate anything. Thus, they taped Plowing down, woke him up, and began questioning him about the money. He insisted that the room was empty. In order to bring the money over, Kelvin made him phone his partner, David Taylor. However, Taylor and Kelvin got into a brawl as soon as he entered. The gun went off as things became chaotic. That's where Taylor was shot and killed. Following the commotion, Kelvin stole Taylor's watch while Gina seized Giselle's purse and the $800 from his pockets. And for this, they sacrificed their entire future. A few accessories and petrol money? The entire situation appears much more terrible as a result. Plowin reported what had transpired to the hotel staff when they had dipped. He was attempting to conceal $30,000 when the police stormed the room because he was still moving the money around. He was literally smacked with his own charges. When Gina was hauled up a few days later, she immediately told the cops everything about Max, Kelvin, the plan, and every last detail. Shortly after, Max and Kelvin were taken into custody, and Max was hit with a $2 million bail.
Now let his kids go. Where's daughter?
By 2009.
In 2009, Gina accepted a plea deal for armed robbery and manslaughter and consented to testify while facing up to 18 years. In May 2009, Max and Kelvin's trial began. Additionally, on June 9, 2009, they were found guilty of 9 of the 11 offenses, including felony murder. Max received a 75-year term while Kelvin received a life sentence plus an additional 35 years. Gina, Max's ex, received a 15-year sentence the very following day. Max attempted to file an appeal, but it was denied in August 2012, securing his 75-year bid at the time. However, everything changed once more in 2016 when Max B's conviction was overturned due to the discovery that his initial attorney had a significant conflict of interest.
No, I would never work for that cornball ass again. Me? I'm a boss. I'm not with that. It's never nothing no more. Like, I look like a boss, I feel like a boss, I taste like a boss. Max Bigger Val. Out of here, man. So Jim Jones, compare the names. Look, Max Bigger Val. Jim Jones. God, don't even add up. They're not on my level, man.
After he entered a guilty plea to aggravated manslaughter, his sentence was reduced to 20 years. All aspects of his future. After almost 16 years in prison, Max finally experienced freedom in November. His longtime associate French Montana was among the friends and relatives that arrived to greet him upon his return. Can't make this up. French captioned a video of him welcoming Max outside the jail gates. On my birthday, my brother actually returned home. No more free you. It became viral on the internet. Let's get right to the messy part now. Jim Jones and Max B's conflict.
I'm gonna keep it tall. That's kind of how I missed out on Max B. I'm just being straight up honest. And Jim ended up signing him because Jim seen the vision, because Jim had an outside vision of Max. I grew up with Max. Charlie Rambo, play all day, joking all the time. So when he came to me and said he's gonna start rapping, I was like, yo, Charles, stop playing. His exact words was killing. Let's get this clicking like Dorothy's heels.
Max B, he wasn't Max B, his name was Charlie Rambo. He got out of jail, he come up to me. This is word for word. So I'm like, Charlie, what on? You guys say, yo, Flea, I just came home. I said, y'all say you always just come. He said, yo, Flea, you know how to rap now. Let's get this clicking like Dorothy's heels.
Max wasn't merely following along when he initially joined Bird Gang and Dipet. He was lifting a lot of weight. He was composed hooks, contributed to trash verses, and others claim he was involved in major hits like We Fly High.
From a few things that I'm saying, but you don't know the slander, like when you got locked up, you don't know the slander that I get. Cam, how the you let it go this way? From the same, like, what the how to go, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, I ain't see the yo, I ain't see this nigga be playing niggas that got in and out of jail all the time, man. I ain't see this shit was gonna happen. Niggas be ready to take my head off about this shit.
Because you ain't a prophet.
Yeah.
They want you to be about prophet.
Yeah, listen, man. And I listen, I'm first tell you, I missed out and I didn't see it because you was too much of my nigga and I didn't see the vision. And sometimes what it is, not even talking about you, because you turned out to be something else.
You still got me in though.
Oh no,
you did everything in your you was like, look, go see bro.
Yeah, but listen, we boomerang, we here now. We ain't even gonna get into it.
I'm just saying, like that's how
right.
Even you acknowledge like still, like, damn, I got Jaja, I got this nigga, I got Rel, I got you know what I'm saying? You said nah, boom.
This is where the drama begins though. Max claims that he never received fair compensation or appropriate credit for any of it. He was claimed that he was essentially being taken advantage of. Max would go with hardly nothing, but Jim would stack the checks after he worked hard and contributed to the sound. We're talking about shows where Max was paid a few $100s, hardly anything for the work he was doing. While Jones was earning substantial sums of money,
Max B coming home. Where we at with that? Are you able to get past that?
No. Now we get past now. We can get past that now. You want to get past it? Or you want to dive more into it? Or you want me to tweak it?
I want you to pass it at some point.
You want me to crash out?
I definitely don't want you to crash out, because I don't want to crash out. Now, what I want for myself, I want for my brother.
I appreciate it.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's too much money out here, there's too much life out here, and I like to do the things that I like to do. Ain't nothing feel better than living right now.
You're right.
however, there was more to this whole issue than just money. It has to do with respect. Max claimed that despite bearing a significant portion of the creative burden behind the scenes, Jim never treated him equally. Max eventually left Bird Gang permanently as a result of the persistent disrespect. Following his departure, he joined forces with French Montana, and they began releasing songs that publicly criticized Jim Jones and revealed the persons behind those hits. Nothing was concealed by them. They loudly expressed everything. Jim, however, asserted that he was simply following his own mentors' instructions and that he had never attempted to tamper with Max B's finances. However, Jim simply omitted to disclose this. He never returned his publishing to Max on his own. He had to be sued by Max for it, and Jim was ordered to return it by the court. That section conveys a lot. Even Camron commented about this, and he consistently supported Max. Jim has a habit of attempting to manipulate others and claiming credit for things that he didn't entirely create. According to Cam, although Cam said he didn't see the vision in time before Jim grabbed him, he had actually intended to sign Max before Bird Gang. That altered the entire course. Max and Cam maintained their composure throughout everything. Additionally, Max sat down for an interview with Cam and Maze after returning home. Furthermore, they made no mention of Jim in the Wild segment. Max's time inside, their time in Harlem, and his plans for the future were the main topics of discussion. However, Jim Jones was unable to maintain his composure even after Max returned home to show him love and support. Rather than embracing the occasion or demonstrating personal development, he took to the internet to disparage Max, call the celebration meaningless, and act as though he wasn't a significant contributor to Dipset's history. Without him even realizing it, that response communicated the entire tale. Because, let's face it, Max's freedom brings back all the old discussions Jim never wanted to have in public. What was actually written by whom? Who made the noise? Who created the wave? When Max enters the light once more, everything immediately comes back up. Jim is aware of it as well. His energy has been erratic since day one because of this. While he sat with Cam and Mace, Max didn't even mention Jim. He didn't toss dirt. He didn't become messy.